Hey everyone, have I here bring a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be going over the history of Christmas Dokkan on Global. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So yes, 'tis the season to hopefully get surprised, get a lot of excitement because Global Christmas over the years have provided you that experience. And for you OG players, you definitely understand that we're always waiting for something special on Global during Christmas. And I think in 2022, there may be something very special and very exciting that's going to drop, but we'll see. But let's go ahead and start this stroll down memory lane when it comes to Christmas, or in a sense December, because not everything drops exactly on Christmas. But let's go ahead and start in 2015, where, if you don't remember, our first Christmas-ish experience was the first World Tournament that dropped December 18th, 2015, and a lot of things have changed in Dokkan. The World Tournament is not one of them. So I think we're in our 42nd or 40th, 42nd, something like that. And the same grind is there, the same nonsensical gameplay. It's hopefully they'll revamp this in the future. They probably never will, but yes, the first World Tournament did drop around Christmas time, in the middle of December here. But they didn't drop anything on Christmas Day. Because here's the thing, I don't think Dokkan knew that this game was going to be around for 7, now going on 8 years, pretty soon, the anniversary right around the corner. And on Global, to say the least, just providing this first World Tournament was at least something special here. So nothing exciting or surprising on Christmas, but in 2016, they kind of changed that a little bit, and that kind of really where it started the whole, hey, what are we going to get for Christmas? But before Christmas Day, we actually ended up getting the Dokkan Festival exclusive AGL Super Saiyan Goku. No, it's not Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, as it clearly shows on the card art here. For some reason, this was just a Super Saiyan Blue unit here. The Dragon Ball Super anime was going strong. I think this unit, there was some level of hype. You'll see a trend that most of the time December units were highly offensive units, but not overly defensive units. And I think this unit was strong for a while. But in a sense, the leader skill wasn't all that great, did a lot of damage, and was fun for the time being. But just like most December units on Global, they're kind of feels a little bit dated. They try to resolve that a couple years from now, but we'll talk about that in a second. Now, this banner wasn't the special thing that happened in December. The surprise was this banner right here, which holds a very special place in my heart, because not only that this banner dropped surprisingly, and back in the day in 2016, no one was doing like data downloads all the time and having leaked information. No one really cared too much about Dokkan here. Just a few groups of fans that were playing the game for about a year. And this banner dropped was incredibly hyped. You got candy canes. It was a discount banner with a step up. It was really cool. And for me, again, a special place in my heart, because December 25th, 2016 was the beginning of this YouTube channel. So the first video was on this banner here. If you guys want to go check that out, feel free to. I've changed tremendously over the years, and my videos have as well, especially my mic. It's really bad quality, but definitely go check that out. But again, special place here, special moment, and our first surprise when it came to Global on Christmas. And they continue to give us surprises from here on out, starting with 2017. 2017 was very surprising because again, I mentioned in the Super Saiyan Blue unit here, the scheduling for this when it comes to JP and for Global, it's about 5 to 6 months between units dropping from each other. On 2017, they really dropped the bomb on December 21st, and that was the introduction of UI Goku, because this unit dropped only like a couple months before Global, and we were nowhere near expecting this unit to be dropping on the Global version of the game. And the reason why they did that was in correlation with the anime again, right? I don't know about you guys. I remember when UI Goku, the promotional stuff was coming out, the marketing for this new form, this glowing type of form here was just incredible. Super, super hyped here. This was also introduction to a Christmas summoning ticket banner as well for UI Goku. The only thing that Global got kind of shafted on here, and I don't think they're going to probably do this ever again, but they did this, I think, in the beginning of 2007 or the middle of 2017, or was it the middle of 2018? I forget, with the to be released. Yeah, it was the middle of the 2017 here, because you weren't able to Dokkan Awaken UI Goku when you summoned on Global. That was the only issue. They're like, oh, well, he's too strong, and you have to wait a couple months. So unfortunately, we weren't able to awaken, but still summoning for this card art at the time was probably the most hype I've seen Dokkan, especially on Global, in quite some time here. So a big surprise. It wasn't on Christmas Day, but December 21st, right around the corner here, and I think a lot of people bought Dragon Stones when this unit dropped on Global. So they try to follow this hype up and this surprise up in 2018, but I'll tell you what, they failed. So in 2018, they actually provided a global first, right? So this was one of the first times where you ended up getting a Dokkan Festival exclusive way before JP did, just to maybe provide some additional hype. Again, trying to surprise somebody in or surprise us players on Christmas. So December 24th, 2018 was a unit that no one really asked for and no one really cared about. And that was Dokkan Festival exclusive Tech Hit. And I remember this banner. This banner came out and it had a discount multi, like the first multi that you did was a discount. And I picked up Hit. I was like, oh, great. And I stopped. I didn't summon on this banner afterwards. So I spent whatever, it was like 40 Dragon Stones or 30 Dragon Stones or something like that. And never paid any attention to this banner afterwards. So unfortunately, I think the rest of the community felt the same way. And I think there's some Hit fans out there that were excited for this unit here. But the unit that we didn't ask for ended up being kind of a bust for Global. Was still a surprise and was somewhat hyped in the beginning. But ultimately, until this unit EZA, this was a unit that no one really ended up using quite that much. So unfortunately, 2018 Christmas was kind of a bust. Hey, there has to be one, sometime here and there. So they try to make it up in 2019 by kind of separating and really creating the timeline that we have now in recent history. So and kind of here in 2022 as well. So in 2019, they introduced another global first, but this was Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, not Super Saiyan Blue like they did in 2016 here. It's the same. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Anyway, this was also a global first. This was actually a really strong leader skill, where it was 170% for Universal Survival Saga and Representative Universe 7. And I think a lot of people really enjoyed this unit until you kind of, ran him on Super Battle Roads and was getting kind of wrecked before this unit kind of built up. And, it was kind of a meme for a little bit on the people that liked Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken or didn't like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. The active skill was really incredible, right? So that was kind of a nuking mechanic there. The banner was, not all that great. And I think the people that did pull them and ran this as the main leader for Universal Survivor Saga, Representative Universe 7, did fairly well, but it was kind of hamstringed as the game kind of progressed along. But again, highly offensive, not so much defensive. Kind of same thing for hits, same thing for this Super Saiyan Blue here. So you can see kind of a trend for December type units where they're more offensive oriented. Now, of course, this banner dropped on December 9th, much earlier than previously before, because on Christmas, they actually ended up doing the Tanabata banner that JP had, and they moved it to the Christmas banner in 2019. And again, this is what's been happening for the last couple years on Christmas, is been the Tanabata banner from JP. And I think it's a right fit, because before they were trying to kind of squeeze this into Thanksgiving around that time, but with the crazy hype now for Dragon Ball Superheroes or Dragon Ball Superheroes, you know, they wanted to separate that. So we ended up actually getting this banner here along with the introduction of premium Christmas tickets as well. Of course, you just summon on regular Dragonstones, but they're trying to squeeze every little penny out of you during Christmas, maybe to buy some Dragonstones during this time here. Now, moving on to 2020, they, in a sense, did the same thing. They provided a new unit, but instead of a global first, seems like they've kind of maybe learned a little bit of their lesson here. They provided a worldwide celebration. So this was a huge surprise because JP and Global both celebrated this unit here on a double rates banner. And I don't think they've done this previously from this banner here, was introduce a unit on a double rates banner. So I think this might have been the first time that it was featured. I'll take that back. They introduced the OG LR Gohan on a double rates banner way back when, or just like on the LR banner. Yeah, it was a double rates banner way back when, and it wasn't featured. But this one was featured here, the LR Super Saiyan 2 Tech Gohan. Again, highly offensive unit. Defensive, you know, could have done better here. And a lot of rumors. I remember in 2020, because this was a worldwide celebration and the game came together once again, because we had the worldwide celebration, the download celebration, we had Dragon Ball Heroes, and then this, we're like, okay, I think we're now coming together, JP Global as one. But alas, we still haven't done that yet. And just like last year on Christmas, they dropped the Tanabata banner. In this case here, they ended up having, of course, in this year, they did the Blue Boys right before this banner. And this was the reason why this was a surprise. They're like, oh, why did this drop here? And then you had the Blue Boys back again with the anniversary units, which the Tanabata banners does have the anniversary units previous, for the current year. So this was what, the 5th year anniversary? 6-year anniversary? I don't know. When this was the 6-year anniversary, right? Next year will be the 7th year anniversary. So, and of course the premium tickets here as well. So that's 2020, which in a sense followed the line of the year before with the Tanabata banners dropping on Christmas. The following year, they in a sense did the same thing, but a little different for Global. Global ended up getting an introduction to a unit again on a Divine Dragon Carnival banner, but it was a unit that JP got earlier. So I think this was the first time they've ever introduced a new unit on a double rates banner that JP previously had. Now it's LR Hitku. So again, a surprise. I don't think anybody was thinking that this was going to be the banner unit. Everyone's thinking that was going to be a global first LR or something of that nature, or they repeated the JP scenario. But JP, I think during this time they already introduced what the new Dokkan Fest was, or the new event was during that time. And again, this was a big surprise here. Not a big surprise was the Tanabata banner arriving on the December 24th. So again, previously to this banner here, the LR Gogeta, the Tech Gogeta, came out on its Dokkan Festival exclusive LR banner. Then it was this banner here, and then it was the Tanabata banner. But they changed the name. Instead of the Christmas banner, they call this the Glittering Winter Night banner. Same situation. You have a Winter Night ticket, which is basically the Christmas summoning ticket. And then you have an introduction to the, I guess it was an introduction, but introduction during Christmas for a Tons of Thanks, right? I don't know if they actually did premium tickets. Maybe they did. They just didn't put the slide in here. But that's what they started to have here, which in a sense led into what's happening now. Because now we just have LRGG come out on its Dokkan Festival exclusive banner. And then instead of waiting until Christmas, we're actually going to get the Starry Winter Night Dokkan Festival Tanabata banner much earlier, December 4th. Which this is why a lot of people, I did a video previously talking about this, is we should be getting something special for Global, maybe even JP as well for Christmas. It makes a lot of sense. All these stars are aligning to this here because we're getting this so much earlier. And since we got this at Christmas last year and not getting it this year, it bodes the question of what are we going to get this year. And I think everyone's still speculating it's going to be Gohan Beast, or Beast Gohan, whatever we would call him. I did a whole video on this. Definitely want to check that out. But yeah, that's where we're at right now in 2022. I think it's going to be tremendously hyped because of this situation. They have to bring something hype for Christmas because every single time they've always done it. Again, going to be very, very interesting. Tell me what you guys think Christmas is going to be. And hopefully you guys enjoy this historic video here, going over the stroll down memory lane for global Christmas. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.